But they're not using it. Well,
All right, 6 o'clock, call the meeting to order, set pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mr. Black?
Here.
Mr. Jefferson?
Here.
Mr. Grant?
Here.
Mr. Sauer?
Here.
Mr. Conley?
Here.
Lori Trivette here. Attorney Schwer?
Here. All right, thank you. First on the agenda is approval of the regular meeting minutes from April 13th. Is there a motion to approve those?
I have one little change on that. It says Council President Tyler Brock called the meeting to order.
Oh, okay. I can change that.
Yep.
Anything else? If there's nothing else, is there a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes from April 13th?
I move so.
The motion, is there a second?
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next, approval of the claims, April 14th through May 11th. Does anyone have any discussion on those?
I have a question for our attorney. Do we have performance bonds that we have to implement because the project's delayed for the water project?
I believe every project has a performance bond, and we would have to put them on notice that they're behind schedule and it's going to trigger the next step under the performance.
The original schedule was that the water tower be delivered in April. This is May.
Have they given any explanation?
Some. The soil has to come, like how compact it is.
The engineer is working on it with the well company. They know they're behind schedule. It was 12 feet deep. They dug down and something about it springs, the soil moves. This was something that I was gonna have the engineer talk to you guys about when it actually happens, but it was an unforeseen condition. They will be behind 3 to 6 months is what they're asking for. But that doesn't mean that that is going to happen. The engineer is working on that with them right now, trying to make the changes. There may be that we go after them for being behind whatever amount of days because they have an extra charge. Do you know anything else, Tyler?
Not much. I mean, it kind of seems like something that's beyond anybody's control, really. It's not anything they're like negligent on or anything like that. It might just take a little while to figure out how to address it. But I think beyond that, though, if we're continuing to see delays, then we want to probably address that.
Well, my thoughts are, what good is a performance bond if they're not performing?
Yeah.
Well, I'm confident the contract will have some provision for unforeseen events, and then the performance bond is not going to kick in. But let's see if it works out before I get involved. Because I don't want to spend money at this point.
But they're gonna wanna add more money to the bid.
They may, yeah.
So,
So, yeah, something to consider.
We don't know, I think it's best to wait for the engineer to work it out with him and then let them come and explain what is happening, because that's what their job is, before we get Bob involved in it, because it's just spending more money for no reason right now. It doesn't have anything to do with the claims or anything, so there's no claims on there there is claims on there, but farther down, that have to be approved to pay with the loan, but there's no claims to them on the docket.
All right. Is there any other discussion on claims? Then if there is no other discussion, I have a motion to approve the claims.
So moved.
A motion, is there a second?
Second.
A second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion's approved. Next we have our reports, clerk treasurer.
I was talking to Mike Klein, Peter, he said that we are qualified for another Ochre grant for the wastewater to possibly use to replace those clarifiers. There'd be $750,000. I would like to move forward with that, if anybody has a problem with it or anything. I told him I wanted to talk to you guys first. So as long as no one has an issue with it, I'd like to move forward with it and see if we can get it. We can get, I think we have to match, if I remember right, so we can add other projects at the wastewater plant to it if we want to. So
Well, I
that's a
think-
huge chunk.
I think MCO should give us a report of what all we need to do if it's a bigger project than the clarifier.
It's not a bigger project than the clarifiers, but we can add things to it that will be coming up. I'm not exactly sure, Corey would have to give us a report on that, but we have to get the grant started in order to get the rest of it started. Corey will be here next month to explain whatever questions you have.
Did they have an application deadline, do you know?
I don't know. I told him that I would call him tomorrow when I knew it was like, I didn't think anybody would mind doing it, but I told him I would let him know so he can get that process started. It obviously costs us some money to do it, but $10,000 as compared to getting $750,000 is a huge,
Yeah.
huge deal, so.
Investment. Personally, I think it's a good idea to start the process. Anybody else have any say on that?
I just think that we need to look at the total cost before we get too far down the road and approve borrowing money. But
It's not borrowing money, it's a grant. We don't pay it back.
we do not have to pay it back?
No, it's $750,000 grant that we would get, we keep. We match that grant to do repairs at the treatment plant,
What's the-
which we were already gonna pay, $1 million or whatever it is to do the clarifiers.
What's
So
the
we have-
percentage of match?
Same, I think it's the same, 750. But I don't think the clarifiers are gonna cost that much. So if there's any little projects that go into it that we can do, we can add that to it.
Yeah, if we're already gonna spend the money, then it makes sense to try to get
Yeah.
some back to
Agreed.
put towards additional.
And we're not out anything, we don't have to get a loan. We have, and we were out what we were gonna pay for the clarifiers on our own.
Okay, well,
We won't change anything for anyone. Are you good with it?
yeah. If it's free money, why not?
Why not? And the other thing I have is Jim Mandan is working on the road paving It'll probably be a notice to proceed on June 1st. And he will measure the areas, measure the milled areas, and provide a final spreadsheet of the quantities used and everything when the project's finished.
Okay.
And that's all I have.
All right, thank you. Attorney Schwartz.
Nothing?
All right. Parks Department,
Nope, nothing.
been mowing some grass.
And mowing grass, yep.
All right. Police Department.
Everything was pretty quiet on our end. We've got one of our full-timers done at the academy week 2 as we speak. Doing fine, as far as I know. We just scored 5 new reserves. We're anticipating a manpower shortage. So we're trying to get some people in there to fill the gaps until we can figure out another spot for a full-time, which is, we're probably gonna have to hire another brand-new person again and send the academy, so. That's what we're kind of stuck at right now, but we're trying to make amends as we can with whatever shortcomings we can do it.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate you trying to keep the ball rolling. Right?
Yeah, we'll keep pushing forward.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Code enforcement.
So, working on the animal control shelter service contract, I gave you guys a copy of the contract that we have right now, and the gone over. We re-up every 5 years, so we just want to make sure that we're in a really good place before we sign a new contract again. We've had some issues, especially recently with them coming out, and contacted some of the area towns, and they're having the same issues. So we unitedly wanted to come together and present them a new contract. So I took some of the stuff that you had sent me and then a couple of other things. So I've given you like something that I want you guys to look at as well, so you're aware of what we're kind of looking at changing. It's just more direct. It's not as many loopholes for them. It's more like it's at our discretion as well. If we have something that's urgent that's happening right now, you need to listen to the municipality rather than going, hey, I'm the director and I'm not there, I don't know what's going on. So we're trying to put it more communication-wise to where we're talking to them, they're talking to us, and it's not so much just their decision. So I've written this up between what you've said and a couple of other towns have said. And I also just want input. So we're kind of at the initial stage of like looking at this and seeing what's best for everybody, getting a little more clarification so that if they don't come out when someone's been bit, and they can't say, well, if you look, it's at our discretion. In all reality, it is, we're paying them for a service to come out and take care of this, and they have not been responsive. So we just wanted, before we sign a 5-year contract, get some of this verbiage taken care of so that they can't just say, hey, well, it's in the contract, we come when we want, pretty much. So I gave you a copy of what we're thinking about changing, and there's about 5 or 6 other towns that want to start doing the same thing.
All right. Has this been talked to you with animal control at all?
Not yet. I did talk to the director in March. She pretty much said it's going to be exactly the same contract that we already had with them, but there will be a pretty large pay increase for us every year. So, you know, thinking about that on top of what we've had in the past. And I'm still waiting for if there's going to be a new contract. And I asked for back in March, I still haven't gotten one. It's due in July. But I was hoping to get something beforehand, so if there was changes, you know, we could start talking about it. She hadn't got back to me since then.
Yeah, it might not be a bad idea to invite them to share their ideas and what, you know, what they're
Yeah,
thinking.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of an open line of communication that way.
Yeah, I had a good conversation with her, but I haven't gotten any response since I talked to her in March.
Yeah, this is due.
It is in July.
Do we need to get the county council and commissioners involved?
We may, I mean, that's what Tyler had said too, like, you know, one of the commissioners, you know, right, isn't that what he had said? So I'm gonna talk to her again as well after we kind of get I wanted you guys to see it, and I want suggestions. So if there's something that, you know, you haven't seen, or if we're not gonna kind of move forward with this and then go to her and say, hey, this is where we're at, you're not the only town. How can we make this better? And then kind of go from there, where I'm at.
Yeah, it might be good to have, you know, a good idea of what the contract's gonna be, so that way when it comes to July, or, I think this one's dated October of
It was
22.
due in July, but it didn't
21.
get put through until October 5 years ago,
Yeah.
so.
So that way we're not going back and forth after it's already, then we, you know,
Yeah.
don't have a contract gap.
Yeah, but I wanted to present them to you guys first before I
Yeah.
move forward.
Yeah.
Just to put this in perspective, for the last 32 years, I would say the last 5 have been horrible with them. Before that, they were great, they responded, they would take care of everything, but the last couple of years, it's pulling teeth to get them down here for anything, and we don't do a lot of calls. It's not like we do thousands of calls a year. You know, we got our own little cage back here, and I'd say 98% of the time we get a dog, the owner comes in within an hour or 2 hours or whatever, so, but this year, really, we've had dog bite attacks, I mean, not nip.
Yeah,
Well, my officers were bitten right in the butt, and we had to go to ER. I mean, you guys get shots and everything else, so, and their idea of quarantining this dog, to see that, because it's rabies thing that expired. And their
yeah,
idea of quarantine was leave it at home with people that couldn't control it to begin with.
yeah.
So if that's happening to my officer, it's gonna happen to the civilians out here, it's gonna happen to a child out here, and I really have a problem with that, so. I'm just putting it in another perspective, so everyone can see. They're not overloaded with us, I can tell you that,
Yeah,
nor Hebron.
yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, if we can, probably open that line of communication with them, the sooner the better, I
Yeah,
think.
okay.
All right, anything else?
No,
Okay.
I'm good.
All right, thank you. Building inspector,
All good.
all good, I like it. EDC, nothing there. Stormwater management.
Our big project for the year is scheduled to go out, be advertised here this week or next, or maybe both weeks,
14th and the 21st.
14th and 21st, okay? So that's the project at Ross and Maple Street. That's about 4 structures and a bunch of pipe, hoping to work with the water there. A couple small things we have going on as well that we're looking to get done this summer. As far as the paving project goes, Lori, if Manning could possibly get a hold of me when he's in town, we can talk to him about a couple of the structures and things like that, on some of the streets that we had work that was done that we're helping with the paving, so that we can just relay the information we have and hope to get things right the first time with them.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Fire department.
Everything's going good. We had a promotion process within the last couple of months, and we promoted a firefighter paramedic, Mr. Hunter Yeager, to the lieutenant position. I'm looking forward to having him online with us. We have a new firefighter that's going down to the Rensselaer Fire Academy. Another one that's currently in the MAC Academy, wrapping up. And we have 2 firefighters that have completed their state certification for fire instructors.
Cool.
That's it.
Awesome. All right, appreciate it.
I'd like to add, we have a firefighter that got the 50-year gold card from Indianapolis, from the governor's office.
Yep.
And that's,
Yeah, Deputy Chief Suter here was celebrating 50 years this past year, and he was invited down to the state building, the Capitol, to get recognized for his years of service, so
yeah.
we appreciate that.
Awesome. Yeah, 50 years is a long time to be doing anything. Firefighting, so.
Especially for free.
Yeah, no, so that is greatly appreciated, and congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Next, we have ordinance 2026-6. It's an ordinance amending town code, chapter 90, Parks and Recreation. Basically, this is just amending to address the use of the walking path around over at Drazer Park. So essentially limit it to walking and jogging, and so no bicycles, vehicles, anything like that. Is there any discussion on ordinance 2026-6?
So move.
Okay, you have a motion to approve ordinance 2026.
Well, if I may interrupt,
Is this our first reading?
well, you may want to suspend rules and pass it on the first, because it's warm weather and it's going to be
Yeah.
used, and I
Good catch.
suggest doing it. So
Good catch.
you'd have a motion to suspend the rules and then a verbal
Yeah.
roll
Okay.
call.
All right, so this would be our first reading of this, so like he said, we would need a motion to suspend the rules.
So moved.
Okay, have a motion, have a second, all in favor?
No, we had to go roll call.
Roll call. Roll call. All in favor via roll call.
Mr. Brock,
Yes.
Mr. Gant,
Yes.
Mr. Jefferson,
Yes.
Mr. Sawyer,
Yes.
Mr. Schoen.
Yes.
All right, that motion passes. Okay, now, we have a motion to adopt ordinance 2026-6.
So moved.
Have a motion, have a second?
Second.
Have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes. Thank you. Okay, next we have our MediaCom lease agreement. Is there any changes to this, Lori?
Bob made a few changes in the wording that he didn't like earlier, and then it was sent back to him, and he approved it.
It's a pretty well-written agreement, meaning it's fair to the town. That's unusual.
Okay, that's good. All right. Is there any discussion on this lease agreement from anyone? Okay, if there's not, do I have a motion to approve the lease agreement with MediaCom?
So moved.
You have a second? I got a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Passed. Thank you. And then we've got some payment approvals for the water project. First one is payment approval number 10, contract A, so this is for the water treatment plant. This payment would be $618,050.33. Two items. Is there any discussion on this payment application? There's no discussion, do I have a motion to approve, for approval number 10 for contract A?
Make the motion.
I have a motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
The second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Yeah, motion carries. Sorry. Okay, next, we have payment number 3 for contract D. This is for Caldwell Tanks. This one is for $19,166. Any discussion on payment approval number 3 for contract B?
Like I said, I have the problem, we don't have a tank yet. We're supposed to have a tank according to their schedule.
Sure.
My understanding is this is stuff that they have worked on,
Mhm.
and the engineer approved. It's not anywhere close to the cost of it, so
Sure.
this is just the beginning.
Site restoration. All right, is there any other discussion on payment approval number 3? If there's no other discussion, do I have a motion to approve payment approval number 3?
A little more discussion here on the second page. What we're actually, excuse me, what we're actually paying for this time is preliminary site work and foundation excavation. That's the only thing under this period that we're paying for. In the 19,000.
Yeah.
All the scheduled values are in B, and C was the previous.
Yeah.
D is what this one is for.
Yeah.
So we're not actually paying for anything to do with the tank itself yet.
Right. Yeah, and it's all under the work completed tab.
Yep.
Yep, okay. All right with that.
Good discussion. Any other discussion?
You go home.
He did. All right, if there's no other discussion, do I have a motion to approve payment approval number 3 for contract B?
So moved.
A motion, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries. Okay, next is a payment approval number 4 for contract B. This one is for $182,671.92. Again, this is for work completed in,
And once again, if you look on the second page, it shows you what you're actually paying for.
yeah.
Engineering, draft, design, and fabricated material and delivery.
Is there any further discussion on approval number 4 for contract B? Okay, if there's no other discussion, do I have a motion to approve payment approval number 4 for contract B?
So moved.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, thank you guys. Next we have the Porter County drop-off recycling lease agreement. So this would be over at the town garage.
Any
Nothing
changes?
Nothing changed.
Just a technicality for them.
All right, is there any discussion on the lease agreement with recycling? If there's no other discussion on that, do I have a motion to approve the Porter County drop-off recycling lease agreement?
So moved.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
And if anybody's interested, the lease agreement for recycling is $1. It's just technicality.
It gets used a lot.
Yes, it does.
Good dollar. All right. All right, so nobody's opposed to that, so that motion carries. Okay. Is there anything else from anyone out there?
I've got a question about about the walking path. So with that ordinance that you guys are about to put in place, so that means like a mom can't walk with her child?
No, no motorized vehicles. It's just motorized.
No motorized vehicles.
But bicycles are allowed?
No.
Not technically, no.
Okay, so, I mean, I said,
It's a walking trail.
I'm a dad with 2 kids. Where's our useful to ride bikes? 95% of our sidewalks in town are impassable. There's cracks and you can't even walk on half of them, 3/4 of them. It's just a thing, you go to the park, kids ride their bikes to the park, mom wants to take a lap.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure that if your kids want to walk, ride their bike to the park, the cops are not going to arrest them. We have kids with motorcycles.
Well, and I think, yeah, and I understand that.
Yes, where do you draw the line?
Right, maybe within verbiage, you know,
Got training wheels.
yeah, the trail, but, you know, accompanied by
We're just trying to make a walking trail. It's for people to walk on. If your kids ride their bike and they're 2, they're not going to get arrested. If your kids ride a motorcycle on it, and we have to have their verbiage, or else the cops can't enforce the rules.
Can the verbiage be motorized instead
Yeah.
of bipedal?
Because right now,
The signs are going to say motorized. I mean, guys, we put up a walking trail for walking on it. It's not for bicycles. The county has a bicycle trail right there. Sorry, it's a walking trail for the people of the town.
it's still a little ambiguous, so bicycles, you're saying that bicycles are allowed,
Bicycles are not technically allowed,
but the
no.
signage won't say that.
Signage will say no
I was
motorized
asking
vehicles.
for clarification.
The signage will say no motorized vehicles.
So in that case,
The ordinance says walking trail only, no bicycles.
and the signage that is going to be.
I'll change the
Can I
signage to
finish?
say no bicycles.
Okay.
So you've just restricted yourself, just what you got.
I mean, this didn't have to go in the
Well, it
way
did.
that it did.
It did.
I'm just asking for clarification.
Okay,
All right.
no bicycles.
Okay, if you wanna talk to us up here, you can.
Yeah, part of our problem is half of the bicycles in town are motorized,
Right.
Sure, and
but they're still classified as a bicycle. So to eliminate them, we have to say bicycles.
You can't say motorized, if it has a.
The problem is, you get a kid on a mountain bike flying through there, and he knocks somebody over and breaks their hip.
And yeah, and that was an actual situation
Yeah.
that happened, which I totally understand.
Yeah, so where do we draw the line on there? I would expect our officers to use good discretion, right? If they see a mom on a walk with her kid on a tricycle, okay, use good discretion there, right? If you can't exercise good discretion, you shouldn't be a police officer, okay? But the problem, like we said, if we have a kid on a mountain bike, hit somebody and they get hurt, you need a way to address that, and you need a way to say, you can't do that. You can't be on the path with your mountain bike flying around doing laps.
And it's the, I know it's a narrow difference, it's the difference between casually riding your bicycle, and we say you're 15 and you're just riding your bicycle, versus you're 15 and you're flying, tearing back butt through there with other teenagers.
Sure.
And I know it's like hard to differentiate in terms of maybe verbiage and signage, but I would be a little bit worried that a teenager who isn't being problematic with a regular non-motorized bicycle would then be subject to whatever then the outcome would be.
Sure. Yeah, and I understand that. It's, I guess it's gonna have to be a situation, per situation, if we get a complaint, then that's one thing. If there's nobody else on the walking path and the kid's riding his bicycle around not bothering anybody, that's another thing.
Yeah.
We have to use good discretion. People have a lot of authority, and using good discretion is part of that authority.
Yeah,
Just because you have it doesn't mean you need to use it.
If that's
It's a
the
tool to
plan.
address a problem.
Yeah, if that was the plan, was to kind of go into it with that level of discernment,
Sure.
then that makes a little bit more
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. That would be my expectation, and I think probably everyone up here.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you for clarifying.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, now, is there an ordinance for e-bikes in town?
There's not an ordinance, there's state codes that address e-bike, state laws. I don't have the verbiage of that memorized. I've seen a lot of local police departments posting information about that. But there are state laws that address the operation of those, yeah. Because that's getting popular. I know there's been an accident or two, pretty much in every town, including ours with those. That I think for now, unless we find a need to create a local ordinance, if we can use the state code to address something, I don't think we need to create more rules right now. That's my perspective.
Yeah, I would agree.
All right, is there anything else from anyone? Yes, sir.
I still have a little confusion on my water bills.
Okay.
Okay, so I received this in the mail. It says total due $475. I got this today, and it says total due $652.
That's a combination of two bills.
I understand that, so is this. This is a combination of two bills I saw this here. So I paid this one today, which leaves this as the balance. So that's where I don't understand where this is coming from.
This is your past due. You take your past due and your current, add them together, you get that total. This is what was past due, both of them together equals total due.
So I would take the past due amount, and I would add it to the current amount, right? Which is $232.
No, your current amount is 400 and something.
No, my current
Yes.
amount is $232, my past due amount is $242. I mean, unless I'm reading it wrong.
Yeah, this
and I'm
is-
not understanding.
Yeah. This is April's bill,
Okay,
so you don't even have May's bill right there in front of you.
so this is part of May's.
Yes,
See, that doesn't say.
past
that.
due
That's why I'm
is
confused.
April, total due is April and May.
April and May, Okay, so this is part of Maze.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Got anything else, John? All right, thank you. Yes, ma'am.
I had little information. Are we, the townspeople, having to pay to fill up the Couts pool? That's Pleasant Township and this is the town of Couts. So I'm just asking, you know, who fills that up? Because someone say that the, what is her position?
The trustee.
Trustee is wanting the townspeople to fill that up. So can somebody clarify, do we, or are they gonna have to have somebody else fill that up? So, yeah.
So they fill it up using town water. They get a bill, they pay that. Ms. Van Dyke has approached us and asked just, you know, is there a discounted rate they could get, or could the town provide the water for the first fill up? But a decision hasn't been made on that. There's several towns that do fill up community pools like that at a discounted rate or provide it at no cost for the first one. So there's a lot of things to consider, but a decision
Have we
hasn't.
filled it up in the past?
Have we filled it up in the
Yeah,
past?
does the town of Couts residents fill up the Pleasant Township pool? No?
No, I don't know what their water bill is. It's,
No, they have their own water bill. The town fills it, yes, but they pay the bill.
They pay the bill, okay.
yeah. It's a, you know, a tough decision, and I can see both sides. There's a lot of town kids and families that walk over and use the pool, and you know, we'd like to be good neighbors and help that out, but should we pass that cost on to everybody in the town, you know? It's,
The township has its own budget.
Sure.
The town of Couts has a budget for the town of Couts.
Correct.
Pleasant Township has a budget for Pleasant Township.
correct,
Our water bills have already gone up enough.
right,
There's no such thing as free water,
right,
and it's gonna be passed on to us.
yeah. No, I
So
understand.
they need to take care of their own bills, just like the town has to take care of theirs.
Sure.
They can dig a well, they can do a fundraiser, they can apply for a grant, but that's their responsibility, not ours.
Yeah.
Who pays for the water at Pensy Park?
The town?
But it's a town,
It's
it's
a
the
town
town of
park.
Couts, not Pleasant Township.
It's a town park.
Yeah.
I can shut her down in a second if you'd like.
The town, the park department doesn't have a very big budget. We couldn't have a splash pad without the town helping its own.
Well, I'm just saying, if,
It's a town park.
I understand that.
That's not a town pool.
Right, but it could be.
What happened?
It's not.
It's not a town pool.
No.
Is something back there?
Well, they charge a membership for the pool users, and so if anything, that should be rolled into the membership. Not that that would be, anyone would be glad about that, but that would be the most appropriate recovery mechanism.
Sure. Yeah, and again, that's another point of consideration to say, you know, maybe, not that we wouldn't, you know, as people, like, want to help them out, like, okay, you know, the emotional side of us wants to, we all want to see good things happen, right?
Sure.
But that decision affects every household here, right? And not every household uses the pool,
But residents do.
but a lot of residents do.
And to just go to pay the membership.
Sure, sure.
And they pay to do it, so.
And that's more, and to me, that seems more of a voluntary basis then, at that point, because you are willingly paying for the membership to use the
Sure.
pool.
How much water is flushed in the town daily?
Oh, I don't know what that amount would be. Daily, I have no idea.
I know it's a lot going right into the ditch in multiple spots, so.
Yeah, and I've asked our water guys, you know, is there a way to capture the water that's flushed from the hydrants and use it in that way? But it's so hard. There's not really a process to do that, and the water itself is hard. It's a high iron content, and we're flushing it out for a reason, because if we could do that and flush it right to the pool, I think that would be great, you know? But logistically, I don't think that's possible, and practically, I mean, you're not gonna, that's a lot of sediment to remove out of there. So, yeah, I would like to say yes, that'd be great, but we're responsible for everybody here and representing everybody, and it's really, I don't know, you know, I don't know if it's my position to say yes on behalf of everybody in the town, let's do this. I think, you know, the emotional side of most people would say, yeah, that's a good thing, but also we gotta be responsible with our town, with their people's money, and money's hard to come by for everybody right now, so, you know.
Does anybody know what the membership fee is?
$2.80 last year?
Two something.
$3 something. So, and I didn't get a Couts Town membership discount, so.
Yeah.
But if you guys help pay for our water, we'd love to give you Town Couts
That's
membership.
a fair trade, yeah. That's a
Discount,
fair trade.
so.
Yeah, I get it. It's not an easy spot for us to be in, but I don't know if we are, if it's a decision for us to make, really. Like, individually, we'd all probably like to, but.
But if you get, okay, say $300 per family to go there, what is that, about about 6 families, 7 families is gonna pay that money probably to fill up their pool. I understand they've gotta pay their lifeguards, they gotta pay for upkeeping, the snack bar, you know, pay everybody's wages.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of families, you know, that do attend over there, and children that just come on the daily. And then you've got, I know I've seen buses with kids from other towns that come too, you know, and so, I don't know, I was just curious to see what your all's thinking was, if that was going to be us townspeople that have to pay to fill that, and what is that going to do more to our water bills? How many times does it get filled? Because you said being considerate filling the first time, well, how many times it get filled?
Yeah, I mean, there's water loss.
They use a lot of water to maintain it.
Topping it off again, you mean? Like when the kids splash it
There's
out?
water in it going into it every day.
However, she was only asking for the initial fill,
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
which would be 170,000 gallons.
Yeah.
That cost is eventually gonna end up on us, as the town people, to
Yeah.
take care of the township, which we
So
should
does the
do.
park.
That is the town's park.
I understand.
Okay, it's not the township,
But
but it's two different entities.
I
I pay
understand.
taxes for the township, I pay taxes for the town.
Mhm.
I don't expect the town to take care of the township. They have their own budget and their own taxes, just like we do. So what's to stop everybody with a swimming pool coming in here and saying, you're taking care of theirs, fill our pool up for free too? You gotta look at this. You can't do one and not the other. You
Sure you
can't get
can.
special, no, you can't. No, you cannot.
That's your opinion.
You're darn right it is.
I mean,
And I bet there's a lot of other people that don't want to pay for somebody else's pool either.
Just let me add, there was, in the summertime, we got the sprinkler credit. We don't get the sprinkler credit anymore. So it's the same concept of filling up a pool.
Everybody
get
gets
it.
a sprinkler credit, the businesses don't, but
Yeah,
residents do.
yeah, it just hasn't been enacted yet, it's not summertime yet. Okay, I didn't think we got it last year.
You get it every year.
Okay.
And I don't know, you know, if I guess the income, the revenue generated from the pool, if that goes towards a county general fund, or if that stays in Pleasant Township, or is specifically used for the pool, I don't know, you know.
That goes to Pleasant Township, whatever she collects goes to her.
Yeah, so I think further discussion with her is valuable to say, you know, to present some of those ideas. Hey, maybe we gotta raise the rates a little bit for the pool.
We wouldn't have to. We'd never miss it.
Yeah.
We had that much leak on McKinley Street the other day.
We have a lot of things that need to be fixed in town. Jeremy just pointed that out, that we have a flusher that's using a ton of water. That money needs to go towards the town infrastructure. She has a budget, I have a budget. If I want something, I have to budget for it. She gets money from the county, just like we get money from the county. So if we want to do something, we budget for that. If she wants to do something, she needs to budget for it also.
Yeah, I think my thoughts are, yes, we have the ability to do it. and it, you know, it's probably not gonna be a big dent in our pockets, but it's, to me, it's a fairness thing, right?
Well, my opinion is, I think that we can afford to do that because it's a town thing that we can do. We had a bunch of dirt we gave away that was more than that it was. Now, I'm gonna sell that dirt one way or the other.
Sell the dirt.
Yeah, but we already paid to haul
That
it
was a
out.
deal that was made that
Who made
somebody fell
that?
through.
Who made that?
Everybody did.
I didn't make it.
Corey asked that one.
He didn't.
I'm not gonna debate this dirt with you.
Okay, but that's way more than the amount of water that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
That's your opinion, everybody else has a different one.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I mean, it's, the council can make a decision what they wanna do, and if, you know, if there's a motion brought forward, and a second.
I move that we pay the silver pool condition.
We're not discussing that, that wasn't on the agenda.
Doesn't have to be.
It should be, and she's not here.
Okay,
Okay?
she doesn't have to be here.
She should be here. This was a question that someone in the audience asked, that has turned into giving away money?
We're not giving.
It was
You're giving away my money.
speaker.
She was here about 2 months ago and had asked for the initial fill-up.
Right.
Which, to my understanding, was somewhere around $4,000.
No, it's not that much.
It's not that much.
The one fill is $1,500. But she's asking for it continuously every year.
I didn't hear that part when she was here.
No.
But she might have turned in paperwork for that, but I didn't hear that part.
I don't,
But for $1,500, I mean, I told her outside at the end of that meeting that Port Fest is gonna donate $1,000 to the fill-up.
There you go. That's a
Like,
plan.
I mentioned
Money can do
it,
that.
fundraising, you know.
So I'm, at their next meeting, which is at the end of this month, I'm coming there for other topics, but Port Fest is gonna give them $1,000 for the fill-up. I was under the understanding that it was $4,000 to fill it up initially.
She said it was $5,000 for the year,
Oh,
for her to run the pool.
that makes sense.
Again, she got a new meter, she knew she got a new meter, she knew the town rates went up, and everybody else's rates went up. So, I have a hard time with it. When you look at this number right here, you justify it then. Look at that number right there. That's the number for operating the utilities in order for us to be able to change hydrants and to fix the flushers and all that. That's where we're at. $1,500 sounds like a little, but it's a lot. And she does get free water. If the township has a fire, they get free water. They don't pay us back for that water.
All the hydrants that aren't working in town know also, the township has been paying for a tanker truck that the town no longer pays for a very long time. And we have to take that tanker truck to the area.
You don't have to use
that
those
have
four
hydrants.
broken hydrants to get water. You have water, you have 2 hydrants that I know of that you're supposed to use. So don't even throw that. That isn't even fair.
Do you know how much fire hose we keep on our truck?
I don't know, I'm not a fireman. I didn't ask that. I don't remember asking that question. But
ultimately, okay. Yeah, I mean, so you said you're interested, you know, that's a discussion with you and Carol, which, you know, that number, I think, would be something to take into consideration with any decision that's
Sure.
made. And probably getting an idea from Carol on what she's actually asking for at this point in time,
Okay.
considering that and maybe any other potential donors they may have.
Right. There's another topic that I was dealing with Pleasant Township, and that's the reason for the donation.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. So you were making a motion, I don't know if you want to withdraw that, just pending further discussion with Carol,
Yeah, let me.
see what the need is.
Okay. Yeah, I'll withdraw it.
Yeah, okay. All right. Is there anything else from anyone?
I had a question about, it may be speculation or hearsay. I heard that there was an ordinance that was going to be voted on maybe about limiting pets in town and then gravel driveways. I was just hoping for like a backstory on that.
There was an ordinance that was recently passed, I think 2 meetings ago, was it?
Who's older than that?
For the, what you're talking about, the pet issue. It was February. Was it February?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And I don't recall what the numbers are or anything like that, but there was our code enforcement was having some issues with residents that had large numbers of animals.
Oh, okay.
So that addressed that.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like in relation to the dog attacks and,
No, that was prior
okay.
to the dog incidents, yeah. Yeah.
And then the gravel driveway?
There was parking ordinance amendments that were made. Basically, your code enforcement was having issues with people parking in certain places, maybe for longer than they should, or parking in the middle of their yard and getting complaints from neighbors and not having a means to address that. And part of that was the definition of a hard surface was amended to, I'm trying to remember, basically a gravel, so gravel is no longer considered a hard surface under that ordinance. But it requires parking on hard surfaces.
The ordinance, the existing ordinance?
Yeah, unless you already had gravel prior to the adoption of that.
Okay, because my whole driveway is gravel, so I wasn't sure where the applicability was for that.
Yeah.
And then I was also considering the strip between the street and the sidewalk, creating that as a gravel patch. How does the new ordinance affect that? Would that not be allowed then?
Yeah, so under the new ordinance, that you would have to put a hard surface, or park on a hard surface anyways, which would be asphalt or concrete, which is expensive.
Yes.
Right? So.
Yeah, the price is pretty significant.
Yeah. Yeah, my position on it was gravel, if we're gonna require hard surface, gravel should be. That was my position. But the ordinance passed as it was, the amendment passed as it was written. So that's the current status of it. But yeah, I would like to maybe discuss that further and amend it to consider gravel a hard surface.
Sure. Well, no, and what was the reasoning behind not considering gravel? I don't know if that was shared in a previous meeting.
There was discussion on it. People brought up various points, whether it's aesthetics or dust or just making a mess.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, like in my case, the gravel's going to look better aesthetically, so I was very much like, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna redo the surface of my existing driveway, and I was just gonna go through the steps to maybe put a patch in the front of my house.
Yeah, and if that amendment is made to include gravel as a hard surface for parking, then there would still be an application process for basically a driveway that you have to go through, apply for that, and get the permit.
So to put like another 2 inches on my existing gravel driveway, do I need to do a permit?
You mean like to widen it?
No,
Or
same
extend
size,
it?
it's just kind of running out of gravel. It's just like, it's pitting and collecting water during rain.
Yeah, if it's already existing there, then, and you're trying to maintain it, you don't need a permit for that, am I correct?
Sure.
No.
Actually, yes, you do.
To maintain it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do need a permit? Okay. Well, no, that's why I'm asking, because I would have just been like, this is just yard maintenance.
Where do you live? Where do you live?
Could be on a village.
Where do you live?
Wow, where do I live? Will Street. Up by the Family Express.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, to maintain your driveway, I guess if there's a permit requirement for that, I don't know. But I think
You guys
it's,
are putting me on the spot.
Yeah.
I gotta talk to her.
yeah, I don't know the exact situation,
I've just been to call up and
Yeah,
find
yeah.
out, but.
Yeah.
Soon you're gonna permit to paint your house.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
so, any other,
No, that's it. I was just curious, because my
Yeah.
plans.
Yeah, personally, I'm interested in making that amendment to that parking ordinance to consider gravel a hard surface.
So it's been finalized?
It was passed. Yeah.
And then how do you move to amend an ordinance?
We
Because there are
could,
no gravel driveways allowed in town. If you decide to change your driveway, it has to be hard surface. It has to be either concrete, pavement, or pavers, or something like that. Technically.
I might not be understanding.
Going forward.
It's, your grandfathered in right now as a gravel driveway.
Yeah.
If you change it, you have to get a permit.
I'm not
You
gonna
can't change it back.
Yeah,
But to maintain it, she's got to
I
get a
just want to
permit.
maintain it. That's fine, right?
so,
Big chat.
Yes, okay, that'd be good.
What's in the ordinance?
so I guess my question, if we want to amend that to, can we just verbally make that motion to amend that language?
Prepare it, and then you adopt it, just like any amendment.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I hate to drag this out any longer, but for 24 years, I've been parking cars on the outside of the sidewalk of my house because there's more people that drive in my house than there is room in the driveway. So you're telling me now it's illegal for me to do that?
Is it grass?
Not in your
Not
area.
grass.
Not in your area.
Huh?
Not in your area.
What's the definition
It's
of an area?
where you have like curbing,
Yeah.
you can't drive up on the curb and park in the parkway. Yours has already got gravel in it.
No.
Well, part of your street does, right? Don't you have gravel?
Some of them, the neighbors do.
Some of the neighbors.
Those are okay.
Okay.
What if it is grass?
Well, I mean, you can park over it.
I was gonna say that.
Mine's just dirt.
Yeah, well, we bought Whittington's house, and it's grass straight out to the road, and they all park there.
As long as it doesn't have the curbing like the subdivisions, you can park on that.
If she don't give you a ticket, you're good.
Yeah, let's not leave that up to guessing, because that's not,
It's like going 60 miles
All
an hour.
right, so, yeah, all right, we're gonna reel this back in. So, yeah, I would like, I guess,
What was it then next month?
yeah, if we can insert that language in the parking ordinance to include gravel as a hard surface, and we can consider that at the next meeting. Do I need to make a motion to do that, to insert that, or just? All right, so I'm asking for that to be presented at the next meeting, to include gravel as a hard surface, because if we're kind of limiting where people can park, we need to give them some options that aren't gonna drain the bank. That's my perspective. Is there anything else from anyone out there? All right, if there's nothing else, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
And a motion, and a second? Aye. All in favor? Aye. Got it.
We're gonna have department heads come back with us.